Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ASHAT Podcast on YouTube. I got some free time, so it's another one of these random stack of comics. It seems to be going over well, so I'll keep on doing these. Let's get started. There's a good little stack here, so we'll go with. This is New Universe, badly trimmed at the top. Issue 3, Comic Shop Edition. You see the M there, and there's no UPC code. This is Mark Hazard, Merc, from 1986. New Universe is basically Marvel going, hey, we've been around forever. They're celebrating what their 30th year or some shit like this. It's 25 years. So they created a new universe, and the whole plot was, besides a few little elements, everything else in this universe will be realistic. It was part of what helped get Shooter out of the company. There's some great stuff here. Like, this is Peter David does the script, Alan Kupperberg does the storytelling, Jack Fury does the finishes, Parker and Albers do the lettering, Andy Yankus does the color, Jim Owsley, that's Christopher Priest. His editor and Jim Shooter's editor-in-chief. He was a mercenary that took out missions. And it's really good art in this. I love this laser tag. Yeah. This is not one of my favorite universe stars. Nowadays, most people know the universe because, they brought a lot of it back in the Marvel one. I'm told Starbrand, DP7, Cyforce, Justice, Night Mask. But nobody remembers shit like Kickers Inc. and, Merc and Spitfire and the Troubleshooters and all these. Honestly, I'm not seeing. This is one of the few universes where there's nothing in it that couldn't be real world. He's just a mercenary. And this is a Merc, the mercenary, not the asshole that's been banned from every wrestling form on the planet. Mean Mr. Green, or Mad Midget Green, as he's also known. And honestly, looking through this, the art is not that great in this. Looks very rushed. And I know towards the end there, this character died, and they brought another character in as the Merc. I have not ever read this whole series. With the new universe, oh my god. Escape from Tenopia. This was a series, Choose Your Own Adventure, I fucking love. There was 3 in the series, and each one only had one real good ending, and you're trying to escape. It's the ultimate challenge. You're on a desolate planet, somewhere on the mysterious planet of Tenopia. There's danger all around you, man-eating spiders and weird half-human Kragosides who hunt you every step of the way, but you must escape. But how? That's the ultimate challenge. This exciting new series of books. You are taken on a new fantasy adventure full of terrifying dangers. There's only one escape. Find it. Look for book 1, Tenopia Island, and book 2, Trapped in the Sea Kingdom, wherever books are sold. There was 3. Love these. I haven't thought about them. Oh man. Are you ready for Industrial Street Comics? America's hardest working hero, Steel Grip Starkey, and the all-purpose power tool. Great art. Oh, who did that? That's an epic. So whoever created it? Alan Weiss. Reach for a star. All your favorite fans every month in their own Star Comics. Look at this. You got what? Lionel from Thundercats. You got R2-D2, Heathcliff, Spider-Ham, the Care Bears, Top Dog, He-Man, and then up here, I think that's Royal Roy, but I'm not sure. I don't know my Star stuff so well. I actually have a script treatment I sent into Marvel where I took the Star characters and wrote a Marvel Max miniseries based around them. I love it. Stretch your savings by subscribing now. Subscribe now for as low as 54 cents a copy. Pay $7.75 for your first 12-issue subscription. Only $6.50 for each additional title. You save up to $2.50 off the $9 newsstand price, man. $9 for 12 issues of the comic. Nowadays, comics are $4 a pop? And they're saying, oh, attention, mere mortals. Dungeons and Dragons fantasy role-playing game set 5. Immortals rule. Immortals rules. Okay, so that's Merc. Like I said, probably most be out there. This is one. Oh man, I'm so happy I still have. This is Monster Comics, which is a imprint of Fantagraphics, issue 3 of their adaptation of the Todd Browning film Freaks. Look at that. That is some gorgeous artwork. Jim Woodring and F. Solano Lopez. And basically what it is, they took, there's 4 issues. Let me see. Yeah, it's 4 issues, and they adapt the film Freaks. And they include the scenes that are in the script, not in the version of the film we got now. Written by Jim Woodring, illustrated by F. Solano Lopez, lettered by James Greer, color covered by Jim Woodring, design and production by Jim Blanchard. He was the colors on Hate, what I know him for. Edited by Ryder Wyndham. Editorial coordination by Sue Knott. Published by Gary Ruff and Tim Thompson. 1992. It's black and white, but really good art. And I love the little freaks. I love the movie Freaks. It's my favorite Todd Browning. It's one of my favorite horror films of that era. Does this have the infamous scene? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, hell yeah. A loving cup. Yes, let's do it. We accept her, one of us. We accept her, one of us. Gooba gaba, gooba gaba. We accept her, we accept her. Gooba gaba, gooba gaba. One of us, one of us. Gaba gaba, hey, baby. That's where the Ramones got it from. I love that Monster existed, and there wasn't a lot that came out from it, but my understanding is that Fantagraphics was making so much off the Eros line, which was their porn line, basically, that it subsidized projects like this and I never really hear anybody talk about Monster Comics. Like, there's a King Kong series, there's a Caligari, there's this. This is the main one, and I don't have every issue. I did it one time. I'm missing one or two. And they're like, if you've been enjoying Freaks, be sure to pick up these terrific graphic novels by Jim Woodring and F. Solano Lopez. And they got Anna, which is F. Solano Lopez teaming up with his son, Gabriel Solano Lopez, for his vivid, shocking tale of a young woman caught up in the machinations of a state in the near future. The Book of Jim. When he's not moonlighting as adapter of Freaks, Jim Woodring has been writing and drawing his own creepy, surreal, nightmarish comics for many years. The Book of Jim collects the creme de la gem. And check out these other classic movie adaptations. King Kong, the greatest movie monster of all time, is now brought to pulse-pounding life by Don Megaton Man Simpson. The last one of these, I think I covered a Don Simpson comic. And it's exciting limited series with Steve Stevens, Mark Schultz, Bill Stout, and Ken Steacy. Holy shit, that is a lineup for covers in Cabinet of Caligari. The classic tale of Murder and Madness adapted into comics form by Ian Carney. Ian Carney. That's a great name. It's almost like I'm a Carney. And rendered superb gray washes by Mike Swamp Thing Offman, one of the best horror comics of recent years. Can you see the Kong cover in the Caligari? And there's the other two. Then we on the back, limited edition collector's print, a full silk screen featuring Dave Stevens cover to King Kong #1. Come on, babe. 16.5 by 12 on strong glossy paper, limited 1,000 copies. Every copy signed and numbered by Dave Stevens. Every copy shipped, rolled in a protective tube. $100. Man, there's only 1,000, so but look at that. Man, Dave Stevens was such a talented artist. If you don't know the name Dave Stevens, you know the movie The Rocketeer. Dave Stevens created The Rocketeer. Now, this is from Schism Comics, Volume 1, 250. This is Brewheads, Bunnies, Baddies, and Buddies. And that's Brewhead. And I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy Stefan. He actually had some art published in one of the Brewhead comics. It's the only Brewhead comic I've ever read. This is basically like the official Marvel handbook or Who's Who to Brewhead. And there's Brewhead. He's just a blockhead looking character. And it's like, first appearance, all this shit. You got Frank, you got Joe and Rob. And whoever created Brewhead, I can't remember the name, loves to draw him some leggy women. Because look at this. Look at that. A woman here on this side. I like this one here. This is Nichelle Nichols. I wonder if he's a Star Trek fan. I love this. Mr. D. David Petergripe, 41, looks older. Occupation, former CEO of the Schlitz Brewing Company, and now serving jail time for conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, and sexual harassment. Brew Connection, blamed Brewhead for trauma, kidnapped, and tortured, and tried to kill him several times. Likes himself, Democrats thinking for ways to kill Brewhead, Star Trek. Dislikes Brewhead, artists, Republicans, Todd McFarlane, and jail food. Other, U-Store for the world's largest comic company, now bankrupt due to corporate weasels. Gang rape by escapees from an institution for overweight female sex maniac allergy sufferers, now studying in jail to be a writer of stuff. It's Peter David. Right. Peter David. Antonio Isabella. Oh, really? Really? Yeah, that's Tony Isabella. Andy. Let's see. Grim and Gritty. Oh, this is great. This is kind of like Grim and Gritty. The Grim and Gritty era in comics. That's kind of cute. Then we get some little short ones. Like this little cartoon here goes, it's Brewhead, America's favorite blockhead in Brewhead's Guide to Getting Girls Now, Chapter 39, The Lookalike Approach by Mick Pascal. Or is that Mike? It might be Mike. This is 1998 comic. Miss, has anyone ever told you look just like Elizabeth Taylor in Blue Velvet? No. Lauren Bacall in The Big Sleep? Not quite. Jane Russell in The Outlaw? No again. Who then? Linda Lovelace in Deep Throat? Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Glorg, but it's a classic. We should beat him up. Yeah, this is very, very, misogynistic. Okay, this is Brewhead's Guide to Getting Girls Now. Chapter 49, The PC Approach. Hey, do you support Greenpeace? Why, yes, of course. Well, then how about a little piece for some greens? Say $20. Ha, okay, baby? Another one. This is chapter 17. Does she eat meat? Brewhead asks this woman, what's the difference between a hamburger and oral sex? She goes, I don't know. Great, then let's do lunch, lucky lips. And she punches him and he gets smashed. I mean, must be a vegetarian. Oh, this is great. Brewhead, Guide to Getting Girls Now, Chapter 18. Spread some holiday cheer. Brewhead, if your right leg was Christmas and your left leg was New Year's, could I spend some time between the holidays? And she beats the hell of him, and of course his response is, she must be Jewish. Well, this is actually a really cool piece of art. There's Brewhead. And I would love to find some more Brewhead. And this is one of those books where I had a really I had a great comic shop when I lived in Texas. The whole time I lived in Texas, there was, within driving distance, there's probably, easy driving, there's probably 4 comic shops. There was one store that had one store as a book stand, had 2 stores. One was in Port Arthur, one was in Beaumont, Texas. Then there was Lynn's Comics, which is one I always went to. That was in Nederland. And then there was another one in Nederland that I didn't know about till right when it was getting ready to close, and I hit it on their sale. What it was is that the Lynn's Comics, I had a comic budget every week. And if I didn't hit my budget, I'd tell Jeff, the owner, or his wife, Deborah, now ex-wife, hey, look, my budget every week was, I think, $30, which back then was a lot of comics. I mean, this is an indie comic, it was $250. Hey, I only spent $20 this week. How about, pick out something you think I would like and throw it in my box, And they knew by looking at my box, how much. And what Jeff started doing is he'd throw books in my box like, look, take this home, would you read it? If you enjoy it, it's yours for free. But all I ask is when the next issue comes out, you buy it. If you don't enjoy it, bring it back, give it to me. No harm, no foul. And he threw Brewhead in there because you know what I like? Marvel handbooks. There's some kind of butterfly women. And I was like, okay, and I don't think anything else Brewhead came out after this. Yeah, this guy draws a lot of bad girl style art, but it's interesting. The Collected Brewhead, I wouldn't mind finding that. And then we got Brewhead's Guide to Getting Girls Now. That must be when they're getting all this stuff. Neat little comic. Oh, wow. This is a Warp Graphics. Issue number 9 of Myth Adventures. This is a $1.50. This is it looks like a Phil Foglio cover. It's one of those series that came out from Warp. I never got to read it back in the day. No, this is Robert Aspen is the creator scripter. He's a fantasy author. And Valentino, Jim Valentino, Shadowhawk, and then ran Image for quite a while, was the artist on this. And you have Paul Abrams and Art T-Bear doing the inks, Diane Valentino doing the letters, Richard Pini is the editor, publisher, and Jocelyn Dorkin is the associate editor. And this is published 4 times a year. It's kind of like a comedy fantasy series, nice comedic art. I got a couple issues. Not a bad series. It's nothing I would pay a lot of money for. $1 or less. I gotta skip the song. I don't like that song. Not a bad little comic. It's one of these. It's one of those black and white. What year is this? This is during the boom. This is one of those boom books that seems to be forgotten. I love this page. Look at that. I love black and white art. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on here before, but I'm partially colorblind. blue, green, and purple look real similar to me, so I prefer black and white artwork. Now, on film and TV, I prefer color, but artwork, I love black and white artwork. Like that monster. What do you mean? You? So cool. And I don't think these been reprinted, but I also don't think these are anything that like it's going to cost you a fortune. You might have to pay $2 an issue. In the back here, of course, I got ads, where you can subscribe to the book. And this is the neat thing. This was this Fantasy book here. I actually had an issue of that. Where it came from. And I've got this. This is so great. The dispute that has arisen between Jack Kirby and Marvel Comics over the possession of Kirby's artwork is one of major import for comics professionals and fans. Warp Graphics strongly believes that the questions raised by this issue need to be answered with dispatch and honesty, and with objective recognition of all the facts involved. We believe that Kirby's artwork should be returned to him immediately and unconditionally as a good faith prelude to any discussion of additional concerns. We urge you, the reader, to consider the following petition as one way of letting your feelings be known. We also urge you to write directly to Marvel Comics, responsibly expressing your point of view. Richard Pini, the publisher. Jack Kirby petition. I, the undersigned, believe that Marvel Comics should place no conditions upon the immediate return of Jack Kirby's original art. I regret Marvel's shameful treatment of and ingratitude towards its most inspired, imaginative, and productive founding father, without whom there might not be a Marvel Comics today. Furthermore, I wish to express any appreciation and love for Jack Kirby, who, by his unparalleled talent and his lifelong devotion to comic art, enriched the lives of comic readers everywhere in the recent. And what it was is, at the time, Kirby wanted his original art back from Marvel, and Marvel's basically going, "Yeah, fuck you." And all these creators bound together and like, look, give it back to Kirby. He's not wanting the care; he just wants the art. And I think at the time, if my reading is Kirby didn't even want to like to resell; he wanted to have something to give to like his kids and grandkids. And it's because of shit like this that now, the original art gets out there now. My understanding is it's split between the inker and the penciler. Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't realize it was on about. I do not regret this journey. We took risks. We knew we took them. Things have come out against us. Therefore, we have no cause for complaint. Last journal in 1912, Captain R.F. Scott, R.N. for the 7. This is the Challenger incident. They shall explode. I'll watch that live on TV at school because my teacher at the time was one of the teachers one of the teachers on the space shuttle. She was one that tried out and didn't make it, and she was all into it. And then when that happened, I kind of killed. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be involved in NASA. That happened, and it killed my love for it. No, we got next. We got Caliber, Fringe issue 4. Really interesting cover there. It's a 250 comic. When is this from? Does not say, but cover artist is Phil Hester. Inks is Jim Woodward, Andre Parks, Ron Johansson. Letter is Colin Wales. Editor is Gary Reed. Cover is titled What Little Girls Are Made Of. The back cover is titled Super Bowl Pieta by Colin Wales. That's kind of neat. And this was his friend's partial. This was just an odd little black and white series from Caliber I don't know a lot about. The scenes have very heavy, religious stuff in it. Like, you got this nun over on this page kind of in bondage with her eyes blacked out, and I can't show that. That's new to me. Caliber put out some really cool stuff. Caliber's probably best known now. That's where, is that where The Crow first appeared? Was that Caliber? I think so, The Crow. They put out some really good stuff. Like, they had an anthology series that came out for a long time called Negative Burn that was just fucking amazing. Some really, really good stuff in there. And most of their stuff was black and white, but it's on this decent paper, And their production values are pretty, look at that. That looks really nice. The composition and everything's really good on it. This is one that most of these comics either came out of the cheap bins or they came in that lot I was talking about. This is one that came in that lot where I got all them comics for, my birthday, Christmas. Look at that. Look at that. This grayscale on that. Next issue, Chernobyl Red Confesses. Ooh, man, I love me some Bowie. It says Angels Drop Dead by Paul Tobin and Fred Gorham. An all-new Fringe story appearing in Caliper Presents 15. Caliper Presents was a great little series. Look! We like to take this space to say both thank you and goodbye, sort of Jim Woodyard. Or is that Woodyak? Our anchor for the last 4 issues. Believe it or not, Fringe was his very first inking assignment. We'd like to thank him for his fine work. Damn, that fucker did good, man, for this first one. Jim will be devoting his time to Excel Graphics, a comic book company he owns with his brother John Warren, where he will be writing, inking, and editing full-time. Speaking of which, Excel's first publication, Tales from Ground Zero, should be appearing sometime this summer. The first issue of this eclectic, high-quality anthology, Jim describes it as A1 for nobodies. A1 was a UK-based anthology, like alternative anthology. It was really, really good stuff. We'll feature work from Jim, inker of Fringe, Phil Hester, penciler and cover artist of Fringe, Fred Gorham, artist on a Fringe story appearing in Caliper Presents issue 15, Jonathan Carr, writer of Valor, Thunderstar, and the Fireflies, Ron Johansson, inker and colors for varied miscellaneous Fringe art, and John Warren, owner of Excel. If you enjoy Fringe, we highly recommend Tales from Ground Zero. Tales from Ground Zero. If anyone hasn't actually already guessed, that was a big old toad popping plug. We also welcome our new inker, Andy Parks. It's A-N-D-E, so I was wondering. Pronounced Andy as an Opie Barney, and his work appears and spurts this issue as we sort of phase him in throughout the story. He's cool, and as a gesture of welcoming, we think each reader should send Andy a pair of their underwear. Inspiration takes many forms. For Andy, it's sold undergarments. Let's help him out. P.S. Don't call him Frenchie. Sold undergarments. So he has something in common with my dog. We got that. Oh, man. Wow. Prophet issue 2 with a Rob Liefeld and Dan Panuzzian issue cover. That's Prophet right there, and that's Kirby. It's a $2 comic, $1.95. This is from 1993 November's Volume 1, Issue 2. Creator and writer, Rob Liefeld. It says, dedicated to my grandfather, Dr. Bob Wells. Pencils and inks, Dan Panosian. Colors, Byron Tallman. Color separations, Extreme Colored. Jason Irwin, Andre Kromov, Ron Reef, Donald Skinner, and David Smith. Lettering, Kurt Hathaway. Editor, Eric Stevenson. Assistant editor, Matthew Hawkins. And this is basically, Prophet was a character that Liefeld had created for X-Force and then didn't use him. And he realized he was going to probably be leaving. And basically, Prophet is known for two things now. This series didn't do shit. But a few issues in, very 90s, very comic boom peak artist, Stephen Splat, took over the art and did like 1 or 2 issues, and the title skyrocketed and then fell back down. And then a few years ago, most of the Rob Liefeld stuff was brought back to Image, and they put really incredibly talented people on it. And Prophet became this really weird space opera. It was really interesting. It read like something you would have read in late 70s, early 80s heavy metal magazine, like the good stuff in there, not the crap stuff that to me is what Saga seems like. If you read Saga, it's not the good. There's old Kirby. Look, there's Kirby and Prophet. And there's biblical stuff in this because Rob Liefeld's actually a fairly religious person. Going to page where you got to turn it this way. And yes, it's got the typical flaws of the Extreme Studios artwork. I don't mind them. I'm kind of used to them. Is there a poster in this one? Leslie's had a poster. No, and I like this nice paper. The colors are really good on this. The color looks. Look at that color. The color's really cool. Oh, I'm switching stations. I'm tired of this music. Okay. That's what's in this. Okay, this is for Prophet issue 0. A lot of issue 0s back during the Image era. It's coupon 1 of 2 of 4. And what it is and they make sure you can photocopy. They put foil. You cut out these 4 coupons. You send them in, and you include $2. You pay $2. You So you got about 4 issues of this book. That's $1.95. So that's $8 you're spending. Then you got to send them $2 for the comic and $2.50 for shipping. So you're spending 5 plus 8. That's what $13 for issue 0. My coupon, as you can see, is still in here. Oh, here we go. Here's a sneak peek at the Youngblood animated series. Stay tuned for more details. Yeah, that's about all you're ever going to see. It was supposed to go to CBS, and Liefeld would not kill the guns. And then, I guess because whoever's doing this can't get it done in time, there's a bunch of pinup pages. Jeff Matsuda. Dang, he does something with video games now, from what I've been hearing. We got Dan Panesian, and I don't know who this other artist is. This looks like this is Johnson and Panesian. That's not Rich Johnson. Jeff Johnson, maybe the guy that did Super Patriot at Image. Weisenfeld and Marlowe, no idea. Panesian, this is a Panesian one right here by himself. It's not horrible art. Let me get 3 pages of letters. We get a letter page contest. We get the extreme scene when they try to teach you about. It's kind of like Marvel's bullpen bulletins. Appearing in person, Chap Yap, Norm Rapman, Eric Stevenson, the creative team behind Team Youngblood, December 4th, 1993, 12 to 4 p.m. Image creators will be autographing books from 12 to 4 p.m. at Comics Unlimited in Cerritos, California. Be sure to come early, as you may have to limit participation. As we may have to limit participation. Come out and get rare autographs and talk to the creative team about Team Youngblood. Comics Unlimited is just east of the 605 freeway. Call for your information. Extreme Studios Talent Search. Pencilers, inkers, colorists, letterers, writers. Extreme Studios is looking for the next wave of talent. Send samples, photocopies only, of your work to Extreme Studios if you meet the following qualifications. At least 17 years of age, willing to relocate to Anaheim, California. All submissions received become property of Extreme Studios and shall not be returned. Do not submit original art or story concepts. Please be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope so a response letter can be mailed to you as quickly as possible. That's kind of neat. Then on the back, we got Troll. Troll, he's 3'4". He's 2,000 years old, and he's looking for a good time. Big things come in small packages. Troll. It's Troll time, partner. It's Matsuda and Panesian. It's kind of like their Extreme Studios Wolverine. Oh, wow. This is from Dynamite and Top Cow. This is Witchblade and Red Sonja, issue 1. Look at that. Red Sonja is one of those. I've read a lot of her stuff in the Savage Sword of Conan. And Witchblade, I've read a little bit. I enjoy Witchblade. And this is written by Doug Wagner, art by Cesar Razik, colors by Marlon Alagon, letters by Troy Pitari, cover by Ale Garza, Red Sonja based on a heroine created by Robert Howard. Sarah Pazzini is a New York Police Department homicide detective whose life changed when she came into contact with a powerful ancient weapon known as the Witchblade, which bestows upon its wielder with supernatural powers. Red Sonja was born of fire and tragedy, blessed by the goddess Satach, I guess, and became the greatest warrior of the Hyborian age in an age undreamed of. This is from 2012, and it's some nice art. I don't know if there's more issues. Oh, that's bad. Look at that troll. That is some really good art in this, man. Really nice colors. Oh, hell yeah. From the pages of Flash Gordon, Merciless, The Rise of Ming, Dynamite #1, written by Skate Beatty, art by Ron Adrian, cover and designs by Alex Ross. Dynamite had the King Features Syndicate characters for a while, and there was like was it King's Watch? It was like King's Watch. It was a really good series. Like their Phantom was good, their Mandrake the Magician was good, the Flash was good, and then Delays killed it. What happens with a lot of fucking Dynamite stuff is the Delays end up killing the stuff because they can't get anything out on time. And my stuff comes out, people are already like, yeah, I don't care now. I've waited 6 months for issue 3 of a 4-issue series, and I never know if I'm gonna even see the final issue. So fuck it. There's a lot of people that hate Dynamite, and this is some really cool red stuff. A lot of people hate Dynamite for various reasons, especially like some hardcore Valiant fans. And I am a hardcore fan. Oh wow. Look at that dragon thing right in Witchblade there. And they're advertising their Warlord of Mars stuff, which is, the Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff. You got Warlord of Mars, you got Deja Thoris, Warriors of Mars, and Deja Thoris. White Apes of Mars. And then this is what's bad. This is their Shadow ongoing series, written by Garth Ennis, art by Aaron Campbell, covers by Alec Tross, John Cassaday, Jay Lee, and Howard Chaykin. Look at that, man. That's Alec Tross, Howard Chaykin. Going from this, where my fingers tapping to the other side. John Cassaday, and then Jay Lee. Give me 1 second. I got a message coming in. There's really cool art in this, man. Like, really, really well done. I'm really impressed. And then they got a shadow book that's Howard Chaykin. Oh, can't show that. I mean, like, see that. Oh, wow. I might end this one here and do the next one. Yeah, I'm going to do this as 2 videos. I mean, this is Samurai, issue 7. This is from Aircell. It says Nocturnes, recommended for mature readers. Look at that. Help if I can actually see here. And this is Barry Blair, I'm pretty sure. It's 1986. If I remember right, this is it's a black and white comic. This is like almost a wordless comic. I seen just watched an episode of Cartoons Kayfabe where they talked about wordless comics. Oh, it's Patrick Art, story art by Patrick McCone, and editor by lettering by Dave Aardvark, and editor by Gordon Derry. Barry Blair produced it, and he's kind of got a bad rep, which is, if everything I've heard is true, it's understandable. Just look up Barry Blair and you'll see. Kind of sleazy, but Aircell was an interesting. They were like a Canadian insulation company, and they lost their government contract. And Barry Blair was working for them. They're getting ready to go, and he's like, "Well, we do comics," and they started making comics. And they blew up. Like Dale Keown, you know who Dale Keown is? He got his start at Aircell, a bunch of others, and Samurai is like a lot of ninja and samurai, and like Barry Blair's known for his elf stuff. He ended up taking over like one of the ElfQuest titles for a short while. Okay, there is some writing in this, but not a lot. Just really good, well done art. And I think this stuff's not as talked about nowadays because of Barry Blair has been accused of grooming and being really, really sleazy with teenage males when he was a lot older, so that's probably part of it. Now they got this little couple-page strips at the end called Surfer Bud and his pal Grunt. And it's just like a couple little page strip there. Elf Lord Monthly. Buy this book or I'll kill this elf. And there's old Elf Lord. And then Start Future, which I actually have an issue of. I've never heard of that one. Next issue, Shadow of Light. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this now. I'm going to start another stream in a minute, but well, man, you came out. I'll be back in a few minutes, Captain Brandon. I'm ending the stream, getting ready to start another, so hope you enjoy.